I'm back. I was out kidogo na nimerudi. Na jukwani huu na nimefika hapa kuwaeleza tukio jinsi zinavyokadiria na jinsi zinavyofika kwenye jukwani huu. So, mniambie nyinyi kweli ni Wakristo ama sio Wakristo? Na au sio au la, mniambie nielewe. Tuko maeneo gani? Mimi mwenzenyu niko jukwani Nairobi. Nairobi ni mji mkuu wa Kenya, the capital city of Kenya. And hivi sasa leo nimeamua niongee Kiswahili, ndo navyokadiria namaanisha kwamba na wasiliana na nyinyi kupitia lugha ya Kiswahili. And as you all know, lugha ya Kiswahili ni lugha ya taifa na ni lugha inayopendwa na wengi. Hata kama vile vile naamini kwamba watu wengi wanatamani sana kuwasiliana kutumia lugha ya Kiswahili. So if you are listening to what I'm saying, basically namaanisha ya kwamba leo nataka nitumie lugha tofauti kuwasiliana na nyinyi na kuwapa maelezo, kuambia jinsi tunavyofaa kulinda matukio zetu nchini, kuangazia maelekezo za kuzidisha na kuendeleza kimaendeleo. So please allow me to talk to you about certain incidents that are happening in a situation. Before I do that, let me just hold my phone so that you can know the grip of what I'm saying and the grip of what I'm talking about. You know, for so many years and for a long time, we've been having different, what do I call it? Different, leadership and different humankind that are changing our mindset. One thing I'm concerned about is how as world made us to believe that we don't want each other. Like the current world has made us so that I don't want you, you don't want me. We can only see each other on, we can only see each other on social media, on maybe Instagram, maybe Facebook. Only those are the only platform we have as a human today that we can associate as a human. But when it comes to interpersonal relationship amongst us, we distance ourselves. And I know that we have CNN. CNN in what is a broadcasting channel that provides information and brings world together. Also, this channel is giving us a platform to provide and give information so that we can compare notes. I'm here so that we can compare notes. Whether you are in USA, whether you're in Australia, Philippines, Jamaica, Africa, we are here to compare notes, because as far as I'm concerned, we also have different countries. We also have different, territories that differentiating us. But generally, why do you want to group ourselves as, we are not the same as those people and those people are not the same as us, but I want to outline these things. Let me put my phone here so that I have ample time talking to you. I hope you can all see me. The thing is, I'm from Kenya, and Kenya is in Africa, East Africa, and we are blessed to have resources, and we are blessed to have a variety of culture. We are blessed to have variety of traditions, and that's one thing that gives us the them as and the motion to be as one. So I know you might be from a different country and a different part of the world, but I'm here today to, be together with you and as one, and to grow as one. Yes. And as we are living in different countries, we all have common mistakes. As we live in different countries, we all have common problems. What are the common problems that we as human face? We as human, number one thing we face what is called financial challenges. Whether you are in USA, whether you are in any country, we face what is called financial challenge as the whole world. Another thing we face as one is political challenges. Yes, you might be in a country and you feel like, I don't like this government, I don't like this rule, I don't like this constitution, I don't like this. So in the entire world, we all face what is called political problem. The third thing we face in common is called religious problem. Now, the religious problem we face mostly because we are divided and grouped in terms of Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, and today we also have the atheists, you know. So, in the entire world, whether you are black, white, name it all, we face what is called religious problem. The fourth thing that we face as the whole world is called the social culture problem. Yes, you might be waking up today, you don't like your neighbor. Yes, it's true. You just don't like the way they behave. You just don't like the way they do their things because of the social diversity that we as human face. No, this is actually live. I'm live. I'm completely live. Yes, this is not pre-recorded. This is actually happening right now. So I can read your text. I can. Thank you so much, Suzanne. You are in USA. Thank you so much for tuning in to this live. Thank you so much. So, you see, I call this four element problem. The four element problem, they are problems that face each and every humanity in the entire world. That not even a single human would say that I'm not facing this. When you are facing financial constraint in your country, we also do. When you are facing being evacuated from your house, we also do that. From being evacuated from the house, for not paying rent, for not paying our bills, for not paying this and that. And that's why we as a human ought to form a welfare. When I say welfare, I mean when you have a welfare is a group of people in a society that form an organization that is capable to fund certain things without the government intervene. You see, you can have free transport, you can have food, you can have shelter and house, you can have, maybe economic wise, you can do what is called cost sharing. Yes, you can even have what's called cost sharing in mostly in most houses. You realize that you are just a family that are not fully capable to finance your daily bread. You can welcome another family in your house, when the house is a little bit big, you both working, you're having a job, so that you cost share certain things. That's what uh, I mean by welfare in cost sharing to solve social diversity and economic constraints. Another issue that we as human face in the whole world, is the political strain. When the government is so strict and does their things, and some few individuals are not willing to cope up with the challenges that comes along with the political and political constraints. Some will turn into suicide, some will turn into using drugs, some will turn into abusing even drugs. And drug abuse is a life sentence. Drug abuse is like a life sentence because you are slowly killing your ego. You are slowly killing your ego and your passion to do the best in life. That's why I normally say when you have certain problems that are caused by political decision, you can form a welfare. When you form a welfare, you are going to solve certain things. For example, you have a group of 100 people forming a welfare that are doing something. For example, they put their income or part of their income into one pot, so that whenever anyone has an issue that they want to solve, for example, you can decide and go buy a means of transport, you go buy a minibus, so that you can cost share and buy a minibus. You can use that bus to ferry you to your various workplaces whenever you have certain. Yes, how are you? So I really care for human and human on earth. That's why I want you to live a happy life and not live a life that you don't appreciate. Every each and every time you wake up and appreciate that day. Whether the day is bad or the day is good, just take it to the word called appreciation. When you appreciate, you actually give yourself the ample time to accept whatever comes with the whatever you have. Because not every day is gonna be every day. Not every day not every day is going to be the same. There are some day that we have the inflation, we have the depression, we have the ups and downs. So as much as you are living this life, as much as you want to give your best, you ought to know that you have to say thank you to yourself. Yes, you have to say thank you to yourself for waking up and doing the work that you've been doing. You have to say thank you to yourself for waking up and doing the work you've been doing for even your family, for bringing up children, for giving to the neighbors, for doing the charity. You have to sit back and say, God, thank you for this time, and thank myself for this time, so that you really appreciate who you are. When you do so, you are reducing what I call the egoistic. Egoistic is a type of suicide that kills people slowly, but it has been branded to what is called depression. You know, an egoistic type of suicide is something that kills you slowly, the mindset that kills you slowly. Today is not bad and you feel low. And whenever you feel low, you kill your system. You are slowly killing the system of hope. You're slowly killing the system of mercy. You're slowly killing the system of forgiveness. You can't even forgive yourself. Now, that's what I call the egoistic type of suicide. Yes, thank you so much. I sound like a priest, but I'm a sociologist and I'm an economist. And in sociology, it tackles so many things, both in economics and sociology. I tackle psychology and philosophy and the social part of life. And in economics, I tackle international business, politics, and how religion affects our daily life, and how our society affects our daily life. And it's really good that we ought to understand why all these things are interconnected. For example, I know many people don't go to church. I know that many people don't. Yes, they don't go to church because they stop believing. Not because God doesn't exist, it's because they stop believing in themselves. Yes, you are not going to church just because you don't believe in who you are. Because you don't believe in who you are, you won't believe in another person. That's why, sometimes when we are online and we are scrolling our phones, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, and I'm scrolling my phone. A random video just come by, and someone just talking. You want to come to USA? Yes, you want to come to USA from Africa? And someone just say USA is bullshit. USA is life is fucked up. And I'm wondering, why would someone who has a citizenship in USA say that life in USA is bad? It means that the social system, the political system, and the religious system doesn't even care about the individuals around, because we now value what's called money. you know. But life is made up of four elements. The four elements that makes up life. Number one is politics, economics, social part of life, and the religious part of life. Those are four things. So whenever you value one element of life, you're gonna fail. Whenever you value only even two, you're gonna fail. You will have to balance the four elements. You must have what is called political stand. You must have what is called the religious stand. You must have what is called the society stand. And you must have what is called the economic stand. You must know that you have to be financially stable as human so that you can do your other activities. For even you to help someone, you must be financially stable. You must have the knowledge of understanding the supernatural being. It's either you are a Muslim, it's either you are a Christian. You must have that element. And another thing you must have is to understand the society. Who are you helping? You know, uh, who are you helping? And are you helping out of heart, or are you helping because it's an institution that has given you the opportunity to help someone? Or are you helping because you have money? You know? So whenever you understand the four elements of life, that is political, social, economic, and religion, you will know how you maneuver this world. Because most people say that I want to go to Africa, life is no cheap. I want to go to USA, life is good. I want to go to UK, they pay so much money. But they fail to understand that the people in that country or in those countries, they they've worked so hard. They've worked so hard to realize that dream. And even people in Africa, life is cheap because they're not seeing whatever the people in USA have worked hard for. Because Africa, basically, as compared to any developed country, is life is two-way cheap. I'd say so. From someone who is coming from USA, UK, they can come here and live like, kings and queens. But the people from Africa, they don't appreciate that because they don't see the hard work that you've made so that you come to this country. That's why sometimes I say, in economics, there is what is called international trade, and there is also what is called the international relation. Now, these are two things. International trade and international relation are two different things. International trade gives us the opportunity to do business with you. If I'm from Africa, maybe let's say, for example, Kenya, you are from China, you are from UK, you are from USA, Philippines, you have your product and we have our product. The main goal of international trade is to grow the dollar, and basically sometimes is to grow the 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 gold system of each and every country. You know, a country is ranked based on the dollar they have, because in the entire world, it's the dollar that is used as this unit of exchange. Mostly in trade, in H and everything, we use the dollar. So when we do business with you, we are simply growing what's called the dollar. But when someone wants to come to Africa because life is cheap, simply because they don't understand the dollar and the currency of the country they want to go to. Before you wake up and say that I want to go to, UK, I want to go to USA, I want to go to Mexico, I want to go to Africa, you have to know what purpose are you coming here for, or what purpose are you going there for? Because when you come as a tourist, it's a benefit to our country. You know, when you come to our country as a tourist, it's a benefit to us because you're bringing the dollar into our country, and you're going to help this country to grow the dollar value. And when you come to our country, your country to work, it's also a benefit to your country and our country. Because number one thing, we are going to pay tax to your country, and you're going to pay tax to our home country. So it's a win-win situation. But when we come to your country as tourists, it's a win to your country because we are bringing also the dollar, because it's the dollar that you're going to use to measure the standard of a currency. So back to sociology, I was saying that in a country where people are egoistically committing suicide. Basically, what I mean is you can be doing egoistic suicide by imposing drugs to yourself, you know. Yes, imposing drugs to yourself when you're using a drug without knowing the purpose of why you are using the drug is not good. You should be using a drug when you know why you are using the drug. You cannot use a drug to relieve stress. You have to fight this life alone and sober. You should not use any drug, cocaine, weed, whatever, because just you want to, forget something, you want to relieve the stress that you have. For you to remain strong in a country, in a world, you must fight this life in a sober mind. That's anything I'd ever tell any person. Because if you use a drug to relieve stress to yourself, whenever the hype goes down, you're gonna want more. And that's what we call the addiction. And when you're addicted to something, you're gonna get depressed, you know, when you come to the real world situation. But I completely value humanity, and I completely value the life that we are living. Because as far as I'm concerned, I want us to have, a happy life. When we have a happy life, we have happy living. When you're happy and I'm happy, we can both smile and we can call it heaven. Yeah, because I don't see any reason why I should hate on you or you hate on me just because of our social differences, of our territories, you know. But it's always good when we share notes and compare. I'm from Kenya. Kenya is in Africa and East Africa. When you come to Kenya, uh, we have different challenges, but as a foreigner, you can live in this country peacefully. That's one thing I guarantee because we still have cheap houses. We still have, good places to visit. We still have nice places to, we still have room for growth and development. If you are an investor, it's really good to come to Kenya and invest, and you're gonna grow a company, you're gonna grow shares in big companies, Mostly, I'd say if you want to retire and you feel like you don't want to retire in your country, you can come and retire in other countries. And mostly when you come to retire in these countries, you'd want to, invest. Yes. So let me put this here so that I get to talk to you in Swahili. Swahili is a common language in East Africa. And, as East Africa, we have many languages, or I'd say we have many tribes. And with all these tribes, we have like, we have different culture. I don't know whether we have so many cultures in US and UK, but currently in Kenya and Africa, we have so many cultures. You know, these cultures are posing a challenge towards growth and development. When, for example, I'm a Maasai, and I have a culture where I have to walk with the asuka, and a leso with the belt and, the sword and the visu, and I don't want to drop my culture. Why? Let's go to Afrika Kusini. Afrika Kusini kwa sasa hivi, we are facing what is called xenophobia. And xenophobia is a very bad thing. The fight of Africa to Africa is not good. And in saying so, I think the South Africans have failed to know that they are really living in their tradition so much, and they're forgetting that Africa connects one another. They cannot do business with the Mozambique when they don't want Mozambiques in their country. How do you want to do, South Africans want to do business with even the Namibians when they don't want Namibians in their country? And they know very well they have to do what's called deliveries and distribution of businesses along territories. So what the South Africans don't know is that their completely shutting down South Africa, and they want to remove it out of Africa as a map. Because when you remove someone out of your country, it's simply you are removing the territory. And when you remove the territory, it means you are cutting off business and shaking of hands. And when you do that, you have no business. So another scenario happened that raised concern, and this was about the Mozambique country closing their borders to South Africans, and when they did so, the South Africans will never have business to do with the Mozambiques. Hi, hello everyone. My name is Gordon Kings. I really urge you to subscribe to this channel because I really care about humanity. I really care about the existence of each and everyone in a country, despite any country. So, my humble request that you subscribe to this channel. I'm here to give you the basic life history and how to live this life to the fullest, and how to value you as a person, how you can value yourself as a person, because in most scenarios we fail to value ourselves. I'd say you fail to value who you are. You've never taken time to appreciate the work you've been doing ever since you were born. Please do have time to subscribe to this channel, and I'll keep on giving you the best of the best talk ever. I'm an economist, I'm a sociologist, and I do my research. And my research is completely uh, personal, and I'm here to give you the feedback of each and every research that I do take. I normally do research on politics, I do research on social science, I do research on economics, and I do research on religion. As far as I'm concerned, I know most people have failed to actually know that religion is part of life. What I mean is that people don't know whether they ought to believe in God or believe in the government or believe in themselves. The people of today, they don't know whether they want to believe in themselves, government, friend, or anyone. And some people have completely shuttered down their mind not to believing in anyone and only doing what's best for them. They can wake up, do anything, and actually say that, that's good for me. But really, in good sense, do you think you are doing good to you as a person? Are you giving yourself the best? You know, how do you want to take care of someone when you are not financially stable? My name is Gordon Kings, and I'll be your life coach if you allow me. And as your life coach, I'll also want you to do a follow up on this channel each and every time. I'll be doing this live each and every day, mostly at this time. So, whenever you have any question you want to ask, you can just come to any of my live, like this one. You can just put a text, I'll read it, and I'll give you the feedback because I'm here to help us, compare notes and know where we can help one another and know how life gonna take us to the next stage. So I'm also here to ensure that our next generation, you know, they're having the best and not only destroying what we have, but building what we have so that the next generation have the best and would really appreciate. Now, one thing I appreciate why the Romans built Rome. I know that Paris also made Paris to look so beautiful. The United States people also made United States to look so beautiful. And people from UK also made UK to look so beautiful. And that's a hard work that deserves appreciation. How are we going to appreciate all this hard work that people have been doing all over the walks of life up to date? You know, appreciating such things is for us to give our best and accept that really doing such things would give someone depression. But if we are sober in mind, we will really do the best for ourselves and to the next generation. So, without wasting much of your time, I want to say that, in most cases, we faced what is called the egoistic suicide. The egoistic suicide is brought about by the mind of a person. When a mind of someone is locked and based on negativity or a negative talk. For example, let's take factors that affect us as human. We have the politics, Sometimes in a country, you can have a government having policies that are very strict to a point that you have to pay certain tax, you have to pay certain bills, and maybe your income is not getting along with your expectation. And you realize that you are behind time when people are ahead of you. So, what are you going to do next? You're going to question yourself. You're going to sit down yourself and say that I'm not valued in this society. And whenever you feel you're not valued in a society, what are you going to do? You're going to start using drugs. When you use drugs, you know, the drugs are going to lower the stress you have for just a moment. And whenever that happens, you're going to be addicted. The moment you get into addiction, we get what is called the ego. Your mind, the ego, now takes the rage with you. You cannot cope up with the speed the government is taking. Your friends are developing and you are back. So you do what? You're gonna kill yourself slowly by slowly using drugs. And that's one thing we call the egoistic suicide. Other suicide are caused by the government when people try to demonstrate. They just kill people aimlessly. And when that happens, we lose life. Just a moment. Yes, I needed to drink some water. It's a little bit dry. Yeah. So up to this point, I want to say thank you for tuning in to this live, and I want to really appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time to listen to what I'm saying. It's an honor, and it's I'm really grateful that you're here. Just allow me to drink my water because I feel like my throat is dry and I need to, you know, take some water. So, as I was saying, whenever you have any issue, any problem, please just text me or comment to any of my videos. I'll gonna reply. I normally say that water is life. Why do I say so? Whenever you are drunk, whenever you are high, find a bottle of water, drink water. After every meal, find a bottle of water or a glass of water. Drink water. It's going to cope up with the brain system, and even your stomach needs water for digestion, you know, for metabolic reaction. So each and every time you need water. Yes. When you go to your gym, you need water. Why? It regains and regenerates energy to you and strength. So I normally say and recommend to people whenever you have anything, please add water into your life. Water is very, very basic to human life. Whenever you drink water, you reduce stress, depression, and everything. And what I normally tell people, whenever you have financial constraints, just take a time out. Go out, think about yourself. Waste no time listening to anyone telling you, oh, pay my loan, pay me my bills, pay me, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, don't do that. You're gonna damage your brain and it's not good. And I want you to maintain your brain as pure as required of you so that you get the best time on earth and today and forevermore. So to most of you who doesn't believe in God, please, I'll take this time to just pray to each and every one of you. I want you tomorrow when you wake up, when you're doing your job, whenever you are today, so that your things just get better. I want you to wake up knowing that it's all good and it's all taken care of. What I'd want you to do is just manage your four elements. Know how to relate with your friend, your people in at work, know how to relate with people you work, you go to town with, there are so many people don't know how to value their friends, they don't know how to value even strangers. If you maintain those four elements, you go to work, you pay your bills, you know, you put a smile on someone's face, you put a smile on your face. Please, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. May God bless you so much. And for my Muslim friends, may Allah be with you. For now, I'm gonna end this live, and much appreciation. Do find time to subscribe. Thank you so much.